we pretty much just consider ourselves a group of grass farmers out here. Yeah, we do raise cattle, but without good grass, we can't feed our cattle. So there are a bunch of seasonal work that comes through, and we're to the time of year now where it is hay season. So I'm fixing to go out here and get the cutter hooked up on the tractor, and so that we can get started cutting hay here in the next couple days. Without boring you with a whole bunch of video of how the cutter gets hooked up and everything, I'll let you know that we use a rotary cutter. This is manufactured by Krone, and instead of a sickle cutter, we feel like that gives us a little bit better options. That's what we decided to go with. Right here I'm kind of following behind the tractor as Pop-Pop's getting it cut, just inspecting the cut. We have to figure out the pitch of the blades, and then also the height off the ground. And right here I'm going through and checking the cut by clearing off the cut grass and figuring out, if it's cutting good. So it looks like everything's going good, and just go down and I'll inspect 2 or 3 more times behind him in the first pass, and if it's all good, then we're ready to rock and roll. We laid this field down this morning to start curing so we can bale it up here in a few days. We went and looked at our other little small field we got, and we decided to go ahead and just lay it down too with the cutter, so that we can they're kind of got off schedule with the fertilizing schedule on this other field that we have. Is not quite harvesting height yet, but it's close enough. Like it's got a good, it'll make some bales. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it as well today. That way we can get everything back on the same time schedule for fertilizing, and then hopefully when we do that, we'll get it all for the next cutting. We'll all be together, all the fields will be together, and that'll work. So this is that small field I was talking about earlier. Dad's dropping the cutter down, and we're gonna lay this down today as well. So I'm fixing to come in behind him and then get around in front of him to go around and check for sticks and logs and stuff that have fallen down around the outside a couple passes. Well, my dad really thoroughly enjoys being in the tractor. He calls it tractor therapy. Me and him both have always been the types of individuals that really like to think. I know it sounds weird, but just like to think, and being in the tractor. It's this thinking time where he processes things, strategizes for business, and all that. It's just really where a lot of good ideas come from and all that. And so the tractor is his think tank, if you will. So sometimes it's hard to get in the tractor because he wants to be there so bad. It is a good place to kind of escape and really process things. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've talked about these outer passes on these hay fields are not as productive as what's on the inside because of the tree lines that are intertwined in the fence and all that kind of stuff. They rob the nutrients from the grass. So if you'll look at this, there's that big oak tree right there, and as you come out from it, you got all this dead scraggly ryegrass, which is already too warm for the ryegrass to grow anymore. So you'll look out and see, as you get farther away from the tree, you start getting into some green, start seeing some other grasses come in, but all this ryegrass is gone and dead, and the green doesn't get growing real good till right about in here. and then from there it gets better and better, you know, as you get on out, and then it starts becoming even. So if you look back at the tree, that's how far away from that tree the good healthy grass starts going into. So now, you know, we're a good probably, I don't know, 30 feet from that tree, and that tree is what causes this, between its casting a canopy over the grass, and the grass doesn't get as much sun, as well as the root system underneath that tree is probably almost as big or every bit as big as the tree branches that are out from it. So those roots are pulling the moisture and the nutrients from the soil and robbing that from the grass. So that's why you don't have good healthy grass until you get out away from the tree a little bit. So if you look out in the middle of that pasture out there, you'll see good healthy green grass growing out there. So this field, as I'm kind of driving through it, looks pretty decent, pretty good. It's mostly Bahia grass, which is a good, decent cattle grass. A lot of people don't like it in their yard because if you see the seed stalks sticking up there, like, it can kind of be unsightly, poke up people's yard. People don't like it all that great, but this is really a lot of it looks like this, so this ought to make some pretty good hay. So most of it's at least 8 inches, but I mean, we got some areas in there that are touching a foot or more in height, so it's good. After the hay is cut, it is allowed to cure by letting it lay in the field for a few days. This process allows the sun and the wind to dry it out. The weather plays a big part in this process because the more sun and wind and the least amount of humidity allow for a faster cure time. We're usually ready to bale in 2 to 3 days, but sometimes it can take up to 4 or 5. The way we check to see if the hay is ready, kind of a field test, if you will, is we go out into the field and grab a handful of hay and begin to twist it in a circular motion with both hands, causing it to get real tight in the middle. If it breaks in the middle after 4 or 5 twists, then it is ready to be baled, but if it does not break and continues to twist, then it needs more time to cure. Looks like the good Lord may put some rain on us later on this afternoon. They put a 20 to 30% chance back in the forecast for this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, and we got hay on the ground. So let's see if I can right out there. But anyway, so we're in the process of getting everything hooked up to start rolling some hay. Try to get it up before the rain gets done. Nana is out there going to hook the rake up to the rake tractor, and then I am fixing to drop the cutter off the big tractor and hook the baler up behind it so that we can get started getting rolling up. So we're baling hay now. We're gonna ride along here and see if we can get it nailed up. I'm kind of curious as to how many it's gonna make. It's a pretty good little cut we got here. We'll see how it pans out. We're gonna have to stop and test a few times for bales and stuff since we're doing some adjustments on it. It won't be too bad. We'll get it right the first couple times, and then we can just start genning them out. take the opportunity to show y'all a little bit about the bale controller that we use. We use the Vermeer AccuBale Plus. So, top left is current inches of bale size, height versus desired. So as you see right now, we don't have, sorry it's so shaky, we don't have, there it goes. So we got 32 inches in the baler right now out of 66. We're shooting for 66 inch bales. Top right is the bale count for the field, so we produce a whopping 2 so far. And the little baler symbol on the left underneath the bale size indicator is shows you whether the hatch is open and it's locked or not. On the right hand side, this baler has the ability to do net wrap and twine wrap, and that shows you whether it's a net or twine mode. So we're going to net. The bars right in the center dictate the pressure inside the baler as you're baling stuff up. So you'll see the bars kind of moving back and forth. One's higher, one's lower. So you see the left side is higher than the right side. So that means we got more pressure on the left side. So what I do is I adjust my tractor and my baler how they are on the windrow and get those bars. The goal is to try to keep them the same because you don't want to oblong bale. Pretty good wad of hay right here, so we'll slow down a little bit. Get through that. Away we go. So yeah, we're up to 54 out of 66. So once it gets up to, I think it's 59 inches, it'll alert us. It gives us a little beep. So if we're dazed off singing music, playing drums, whatever it is we're doing, it kind of reminds you, hey, there's a bale coming up. Because it automatically starts the net wrap sequence. So there's the beat. Let you know, hey, we're getting close. We'll kind of get you to focus a little bit. And once we get to 66, it'll begin the net wrap sequence. And you don't want to be still collecting hay at the time that it starts revving the net. So you want to be prepared to stop once you get to 66. It'll begin to alert you. Just try to maintain those balance, try to get those bars balanced out. 65, 66, and we just stop the tractor. It starts the net process. You'll see the net wrap there flashing. Applying net. Net done, and we're ready to kick it out. So we'll come over here to our hydraulics. Help us out. We'll push the lever until it gets, and it'll open up the hatch and kick the bale out. And then we'll close the cycle, and it'll kick it away from the baler with the kick bar. Close, feet, it shows locked on the display. 3 bales now, and we're ready to go. Well, we made it to the end. It's now 5 o'clock. Somewhere here, actually. We made it to the end of baling hay this round. We got right at 50 rolls off of the first field, and I believe 13 or 14 off of the little small field. Down the road a little ways. Hot, very hot. On this thing, I'm sure Dad was comfortable on the big tractor with the cab, but anyway, it was a good day, real good day. We didn't have a whole lot of problems out of the baler. We were able to get a lot of hay rolled up and not have to fight things. So some days lemons, some days lemonade, and today was lemonade. So appreciate y'all hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.